Hey guys, welcome back to the Watches and Giggles channel. I'm Chris from Chicago. First off, as always, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. Guys, in today's vid, we're going to continue on a series that I've been doing, Watches and Economics, or Watches and the Economy, and how it is affecting our beloved hobby of horology, what we can expect moving forward. And we're going to get into that in just a minute, but before we do, guys, we'll see what I'm wearing. And today I have on the Rolex Submariner, the 1240-60, the no date, my newest acquisition actually, and love it, guys. Wears wonderful on my 7.5-inch wrist. I have two watches laid out before you. We're going to get into why in just a little bit, but continuing on the series, guys, of watches and the economy, or watches and economics. Recently, the Federal Reserve did something they haven't done since 1994, and that is they raised in consecutive meetings 75 basis points, so 3/4 of a point. Those are the largest two hikes in succession since 1994, and that is almost unheard of in almost 30 years. So pretty crazy. So the federal funds rate is ranging from 2.25 to 2.50, which is kind of hitting the neutral mark, which they are in still stages of quantitative tightening, guys. So normally that is not good for the economy whatsoever with liquidity in the markets. But if you'll notice, the United States market has been rallying off that. That is because what our Federal Reserve Chair said, Jerome Powell, kind of went from hawkish, some people believe dovish, which that means instead of quantitative tightening, he may be starting the easing sooner than later with the rate hikes, maybe only going a few more. Our next meeting's not till September, so who knows what's going to happen. But the market rally off hopes that the Federal Reserve is taking their foot off the gas. People are hoping they don't have the pedal to the metal, so to speak. So we'll see what happens to that. But in my opinion, I do not give financial advice or anything like that. With inflation at 9.1%, we'll see what it comes in, this month for last month. But I don't think the Federal Reserve is doing enough, in my opinion, to kind of squash down the threat of inflation, or it's already here really. But, the last time we've had anything like this, it was really the 70s, and Volcker, that was the Fed chair back then, did something unprecedented. He raised rates equal to inflation. So back in the 70s, inflation was out of control, 15 or 16%. And he put interest rates equal to that, or even a little above, which did work, squashed inflation, but kind of crushed the economy. We are nowhere near have our federal funds rate anywhere near inflation. So we'll see how that works. I don't know. I'm not too optimistic, to be honest with you, but the White House has done something that they never did before, and that is they literally changed the definition of recession. So if you went to school and you took economics or econ 101, the definition of recession is literally 2 negative quarters of GDP. So back to back, we had a 1.6 negative rate, and then we had a 0.9 come in just Friday, I think last Friday or Thursday that came in. So we are in a technical recession, but the White House says we're not. Most of the talking heads on TV will tell you we're not. And they all base that on the labor market, as unemployment's only at 3.6%. But all right, I'm rambling on about all this. You guys are here for watches. So stemming from this, I actually talked to the owner of one of the ADs that I use and have used for years. And I talked about these two watches. I asked him, I said, hey, if I were to sell these to you, which I'm not, but I just would like to know what you would give for the Bluesy and what you would give for discontinued Explorer, the 214270. What is the market price that you would pay for those right now? And the first thing that this owner said is that the market prices on the gray market and the aftermarket, they're not selling from his inside people or whatever. I mean, who knows? I believe he's telling me the truth, but who really knows? He said the prices that the aftermarket and gray market is listing is they're not selling for. He literally told me he would give me, this is in American dollars, guys, for you people across the pond and in other parts of our beautiful world, $14,000. And for this one, that's if I would just sell them outright, $5,800. Now, we both know that I could get more than that on the aftermarket, but that's all he's willing to pay at the moment for those two watches. He said the watch market has taken a serious hit and it could continue to go down due to economic stresses that he believes. We kind of talked about that, and he kind of had the same sentiment that I have, is I'm not exactly optimistic on how the world is going with inflation all over. And I talked about in a previous video, how Europe raised their interest rates by 50 basis points. That was a few weeks ago. That was their largest rate hike in over a decade. So I would say tread lightly if you are an enthusiast. If you really want to watch from an authorized dealer, wait it out. It's the first time ever that people are turning down watches in a long time. From what this owner told me, I myself turned down a watch the other day. It was a Rolex Explorer 2, the black dial. I've been waiting for the Polar, and I'm going to patiently wait for that. But two other people passed it, so I was the third person that passed on it, actually. And those were probably flippers that passed on it and not enthusiasts, and that's another thing. Watch prices are taking a hit like everything else in the economy. So, guys, I would tread lightly if you're looking to buy something quickly and flip it. If you're an enthusiast and you just want it for your collection and hold it. Historically, Rolex has done very, very well historically. And from what I'm hearing, we're going to get another Rolex increase in price come January. That is correct. The owner did mention that, cannot say for certain, but it does look like we're going to have another price increase coming soon, guys. So in any case, what's the point of this video? Well, if you're a flipper, hopefully goodbye to you and you're getting out of the market. If you're an enthusiast, hopefully this is good news for you. If you guys are well-to-do, you have the money to spend on these watches, to love, enjoy, hold for a while. And historically, you'll probably do well if you just buy them and hold them, for at least 10 years. I'm sure you'll do quite well. Obviously, I do not think watches are investments, but you can make a little money off them if you choose to wear them, love them for a decade or two, and then you need to sell them or whatever the case may be. You'll probably do okay with the Rolex watches, guys. So that's going to do it for today. Quick vid. Just wanted to continue the watches and economics, as I think it's interesting, and I hope you guys do too. But I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everybody.